Hi, so my name's Rebecca. I'm the Operations Manager for Info Security Europe, and I just wanted to take a couple of minutes of your time to run through some key logistic information that you need, and some of this information might be slightly more relevant for your contractors, but if there is any kind of questions along the way or any information that we can share with them post this, then please let me know. So first of all, just to run you through the exhibition timetable for this year. It's similar in terms of timescales as it has been in previous years. The one thing to kind of highlight and to make you aware of is that this year we do not have any early access or any late work-in, which we have had in previous years. So just something to kind of make you aware of and to highlight to kind of, when you're thinking about your stand designs, to make sure that it can be built in the time that is given. If there is any kind of concerns from your contractors or any concerns around being able to build it in the time set, then please do, as I say, reach out to me and we can have conversations on how we can help you with that. The other thing just to highlight when it comes to build and when it comes to the exhibition timetable is all of your contractors will need contractor passes to be able to gain site during build-up and breakdown. They are able to apply for those contractor passes via the exhibitor manual, and that will be 3 weeks out from the show. So 3 weeks out from the show, if they visit the exhibitor manual, they will be able to apply for that. During show open, if any of your contractors need any access to check stands in the morning, cleaning, that type of thing, if you send them to the organiser's office whilst on site, we can provide them with a specific pass that will gain them access during show open itself. So onto our exhibitor manual. The exhibitor manual is our portal and our hub of information. The idea behind it is that hopefully it can provide everything that you might need for the show from an operational or logistics perspective. It's really easy to navigate and it's kind of split into 4 sections, and hopefully it kind of contains everything that you need. Within this exhibitor manual, there is kind of deadlines and information that we need from you. So we do advise that everyone has a look at it, reads through it, pays particular attention to kind of any deadline dates and any information that we might need prior to coming on site. Things like stand activations, if you're planning to do presentations, things like that, it's just for us to be aware of in advance. So that's the type of information that we ask for. We do advise that you share the exhibitor manual with any of your contractors. It's really useful for them to have access to it for things like the exhibitor timetable, information around passes. If you don't have access to this exhibitor manual, please let me know and I can send it on to you. And again, just kind of advise to send it onto your contractors as it contains some useful information for them as well. So these are the exhibitor stand types that we have at Info Security Europe. Hopefully by this point you're aware of what stand you have, but if there is kind of any confusion or you need any clarity, please reach out to myself or to your sales representative who will be able to kind of let you know. As you can see here, these are examples of what the stands look like. Your stand might look slightly different depending on the layout or the size of the stand that you have. So these are just example images, but in terms of carpet colours, nameboard colours, they will be as represented here. Just one thing to highlight, if you are a space-only stand, when you arrive on site, your stand doesn't come with anything. So if you need kind of electrics, carpet, water, waste, all of those kind of elements, then you will need to order those in advance of coming to site. You can order all of those via the exhibitor manual. All of the details of our official contractors and how to place orders, things like that, can be found there. You will also be able to place some orders on site, but to guarantee your electrics, to get those things in advance, we do advise you to order it as soon as possible. So moving on to our space-only stand regulations. So these only apply if you are a space-only stand. These are very similar to as they have been in previous years. One thing that we just wanted to highlight is visitors have got used to different behaviours in the past couple of years, and there will be some expectations that stands are slightly more spacious. As a show, we're not putting any regulations in place, but we are kind of advising just to think about other people's perceptions, and it might be an idea to have hand sanitizer available on your stand, as visitors might feel slightly more comfortable. When doing demonstrations, things like that, again, having hand sanitizer or wipes to wipe it down, customers may feel slightly more comfortable with those kind of facilities available. So our advice when it comes to your stand and your stand design is to kind of keep it simple and as spacious as possible, and just bear in mind that people's behaviours have changed slightly in the past couple of years. Another space-only stand regulation to highlight is at Info Security Europe, we do not allow any branded rigging above the stand. This does mean that you are still allowed to rig if it is for structural support of your stand, and you are allowed to rig lighting trusts as well. We just do not allow branded items. That's something we've done for numerous years, and we did at Olympia, and we've decided to continue it this year into Excel. The main reason behind that is as the organiser, we're going to have lots of branded banners, aisle banners to direct people to the features and to the stands, and we want, from a visitor experience perspective, for that to be very clear and then to be able to navigate their way around the show. So that's why we've decided to keep that stand regulation in place again for this year. Another thing just to highlight is stand catering. As Nicole mentioned earlier, Excel Hospitality offer numerous options in terms of catering. All catering must be ordered via Excel. Unfortunately, you're not permitted to bring in any of your own catering. That is including alcohol, and that is including coffee machines. So if you think you will require any form of catering, we advise for you to reach out to Excel in advance to guarantee what you need. Again, they will be able to facilitate orders on site, but they kind of might be slightly more last minute, or they might not be able to guarantee to have exactly what you want. So our advice is to place those orders as soon as you can. So all catering, yeah. So things like, yes, if you've got lunches and things like that, it should really be ordered via Excel Catering. Hey. For all exhibitors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we can't have things like maybe like an ice cream kind of thing on our stand, or candy floss.
So if you're choosing to do an activation like that, like an ice cream or candy floss, then what I would advise is reaching out to Excel and having that conversation in advance with them. If it's something they're unable to provide, they might allow it, but they need to kind of... Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, okay.
I'll speak to you after, and I'll put you maybe in touch with Excel, and we can have a conversation with them, around that. But if it's something they can't offer, there's slightly more flexibility with it. But in terms of, coffee machines, things like that, that's what they offer, and so all of those orders need to be placed via them, rather than bringing your own. And then the other only thing on this section to highlight is the space-only stands submission deadline was the 1st of May, which has obviously passed, so hopefully most people have sent through their stand plans. If not, if we can just ask for you to send those through as soon as possible, so it allows us time to sign those off and to highlight if there's any changes that need to be made. And then just moving on to exhibitor deadlines, just to show you a little bit of a snapshot of what can be found in the exhibitor manual, just to highlight early bird rates. So these are preferential rates that you will get if you book early. As kind of mentioned earlier, we advise all orders are placed in advance. You can order items on site, but it won't be guaranteed. So we kind of advise, if there's anything that you're going to need, to just place your order in advance so that we can guarantee that you've got it. And then that's kind of it from an operational side. I am going to be here, so if there is any specific questions around stand designs or activations or anything like that you want to discuss, please let me know. We also have a operational email address, so post-event, please feel free to note this down. That's managed by myself and my team, and someone will come back to you in 48 hours if there is any queries that you might have.